Hello and welcome to On the Mat with Lydia, that's me. And whatever has brought you to your yoga practice today, you are very welcome here. Today's class is a Pilates fusion flow. So we'll be bringing some of our mat Pilates movements into a bit of a yoga flowy practice. So we'll really be building strength within your body while also balancing that out with a bit of stretch. So whenever you're ready, let's get on the mat. Let's begin today laying down on our backs. So when you're ready, come on down. As you bring yourself all the way to your mat, take a moment to bend your knees, plant through the soles of your feet. Arms can start resting by your sides, or perhaps one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. You can allow your eyes to close for a few moments here as you arrive on your mat. Letting the weight of your body sink into the support of the earth beneath you. Feeling your spine long, crown of your head to tailbone. And allowing your breath to become smooth and even here as you breathe in and out through your nose. Notice on your inhalations this sense of expansion, this rise of your chest, this ballooning out through the rib cage. And as you exhale, feel how naturally your belly button drops towards your spine. And we'll start to exaggerate that breath. So as you inhale, really breathe into your chest and your ribs, thinking about sending breath out into the sides of your rib cage. And as you exhale, really actively hug your navel in towards your spine, feeling some activation, some power through the core. Now see if you can hold your navel to spine as you inhale, breathe into your rib cage. And exhale, recommit to that core connection, belly button in. Just a few more like that before we get moving. Inhaling laterally out into your ribs, expansion through the chest, the upper back, and exhaling to firm up through the navel. Keeping your belly button hugging in the entire time, as if you're trying to press your belly button into the floor. So your low back starts to press towards the mat, your tailbone lengthening towards your heels. And we'll continue with this breath throughout most of our practice here today. If at any point it starts to feel forced or uncomfortable to breathe in this way, then you can relax your belly and return to your natural breath. For now, let's do one more inhale, breathing out into your ribs. Exhale, navel to spine, strong through your center. Arms released down by your sides now. Upper arms pressing down into the mat, shoulder blades underneath you. Heels are in line with your sits bones as you press down through the soles of your feet. And take an inhale to rise your hips any amount, finding a bridge pose. Feel that pressing down through the soles of your feet and through your upper arms, those four corners connecting you to the mat. And then keep that lengthening of your tailbone towards your heels as you lift. One more inhale here. As you exhale, slowly release. Tailbone comes back to the mat. Let's start to flow with the breath as you're ready. Inhale to rise and exhale to lower. Any pace that feels good for you, there is no rush. Warming up the spine and feeling some strength building through the back of your body. So as you lift, feel your hammies, your low glutes turn on to help you rise your hips. As you release, can you find control through that descent? Beautiful option to add on if you want it. Each time you inhale and lift your hips, sweep your arms up and back. Each time you exhale, lower your arms back by your sides as slow as you can go. Inhaling to rise your hips, maybe reach your arms. And exhaling to bring everything back down. Really linking your breath with your movement here. Keep this going for a few more rounds. We're just getting started, so this does not have to be your biggest, most intense movement of the day. Just lifting your hips enough that you feel that stretch through your front body, that strengthening through your back body. And then on that release, really focus on slow and controlled movement. You're going to find we're doing that quite a bit throughout this Pilates fusion flow. Beautiful. One more here. Take an inhale to rise your hips. Use your exhale to bring everything back down. Feel your low back press into the mat. And let's lift our feet into tabletop position. Knees stacking over your hips. Feet just about in line with your knees, maybe slightly higher. Reach your arms straight up towards the sky as you take an inhale. Slight tuck of your chin as you exhale, roll your head and shoulders off the mat. Gaze between your thighs as you reach your arms forward. Palms are going to turn to face down. Feel your navel pressing down towards the floor. And then imagine that your lower ribs are knitting together in the center. So everything's kind of meeting at that navel point. From here, we're going to move into our hundreds. So we'll pump the arms, inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhaling 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that going. All the while, your arms are pumping, your shoulders are peeling away from the mat. Option to keep your knees bent, or if you want more intensity for your core, start to lengthen your legs away from you, heels together, inner thighs zipping up. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just a few more rounds. Keep it going. This is a great movement to warm up your entire body. Get that fire going. Last one here. We're going to inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees to your chest. Relax your head for a moment. If you're feeling sticky through your neck, you can drop your head side to side a couple of times. We're not quite done with our ab work here, so when you're ready, we're going to lift the head and shoulders off the mat once again. Low belly pressing down, ribs knitting together. Keep that right knee hugging into your chest as you lengthen that left leg away to hover. If that's feeling icky for your low back, let your left knee stay bent or keep your leg higher. So the lower your leg goes, the more intense this is going to be. We'll hug that right knee in for 1, 2, and then switch your legs. Hugging your left knee in for 1, 2. Switch, right knee, 1, 2. Left knee, 1, 2. Keep that going. Again, moving at any pace that works for you. There is no rush through this movement. Keeping that strong core connection the entire time. So you're staying really steady, really stable as you move through your legs. Upper body is not moving. We're keeping the shoulder blades lifted away from the mat as best as we can. Alternating knees, we're just here for another 2 more rounds. Right knee and left. Last time, hug that right knee in for 2. Left knee in for 2. Then both knees to your chest. Relax your head. Take a breath. Really, really nice. One last movement to wake up the core here as we get started. When you're ready, Feel that hugging in at the navel with your exhale, that expansion through the rib cage as you inhale. Then exhale, curl your head and shoulders up. Reach your hands towards your heels, curling up into a tiny little ball. Then inhale, reach your legs long, reach your arms back. Exhale, squeeze, bring everything back to center. Inhale, reaching long. Exhale, knees in, arms sweep around to catch the heels. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring it in. With this one, once again, the lower your legs, your arms come towards the mat, the more intense it's going to be. So if you need less, keep your legs reaching towards the sky. Keep your arms close. If you want more, really lower your legs, reach your arms straight back behind you, and then curl in, lifting the shoulders a little bit higher each time you curl. Just 2 more, reach, and bring it in. Good, last one, inhale. Exhale, curl it in. Beautiful, relax your head. Let your arms spread wide to a T. And then drop your knees over to the right side of your mat. Find a twist for a breath or two. While you're here, you can let your belly relax. Take a few deep breaths there. Feeling already this fire that you're building in your center, in your core. When you're ready, slowly bring yourself back onto your back, and we'll switch sides with that twist. So knees drop over to the left. Take a few moments here. Always really nice to balance those strengthening moments with some stretching. That's how we really build mobility. So this marriage of strength and flexibility that keeps us really functional, both on and off the mat. Knees come back through center once you're ready. Knees to your chest, hands to the backs of your thighs. Curl your head and shoulders away from the mat. Now, we're going to find a little rock and roll here. If that's feeling icky for your spine, always the option to just bring yourself to one side, press yourself up to seated. If you're ready, we're going to keep the legs curled in as best we can as we rock back to the shoulder blades and then up to the sits bones. Again, rocking back to the shoulder blades and up to the sits bones. Keeping this movement nice and controlled, making sure you're not rolling back farther than your shoulder blades, and seeing if you can catch yourself at the top, just hovering your toes. Nice. Just 2 more. And then we're going to come all the way up to seated on this last one, little hover, and then you can drop your feet down. Take a moment to move through your spine. Nice. Let's meet on hands and knees when you're ready, finding your tabletop position. Stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Find that nice long spine here as you inhale. Tuck and round as you exhale. Inhale, cow pose, shoulders back, heart lifts. Exhale, cat, rounding your spine. Just one more, inhale into your cow. And exhale into your cat. Lovely, lengthen out your spine once more. Hands come a little bit closer to the top of your mat. Fingers spread nice and wide. And then tuck your toes behind you. Send your hips back towards your heels just until you feel that stretch through the soles of your feet. And then feel your belly button hug towards your spine, just like we practiced on our backs. When you're ready, power through your legs as you lift your hips, knees come off the mat, finding your downward facing dog. Pedal it out if that feels good, bending one knee then the other, stretching to the backs of your legs. So hips are nice and high as you send your chest back towards your thighs, giving you this length all the way through your legs, through your spine, through your arms. We're here for another full breath in, slow breath out. Let both knees bend now as you start to walk your hands back towards your feet, nice and slow. Ground your heels as you come all the way into your forward fold. Head hangs heavy. Maybe a little sway side to side here feels good as you take a breath in and breath out. Hands slide up to shins or thighs. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to fold, forward release. Again, inhale halfway and exhale to fold. This time, inhale, flat back, rise all the way to stand. Let your arms sweep to the sky. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Lovely feet are underneath your hips, standing tall. Take your next inhale to sweep your arms out and up. As you exhale, dive forward. So navel draws back, reach out through the fingertips as you start to fold over your legs, unraveling your spine as you come down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Fingertips find the floor as you walk your hands forward, coming all the way out into your plank position. Let's firm up the navel again, lifting it towards your spine, and then push out through your palms, really strong through your shoulders. Knees gently lowered to the mat for this first one as we inhale here. Exhale, elbows point straight back, lower halfway to the mat. Push straight back up, little push-up action there. And then exhale to your downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, walks your hands back to meet your feet. Forward fold at the back of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale to rise, arms sweep to the sky. Exhale, hands through heart center. Round two, inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, dive, belly back, fingertips forward, unraveling your spine. Inhale brings you into a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, walk out to your plank. Take your time, there's no rush. Find your pace of breath as you land in your plank. This time, knees lowered or lifted, your choice as you inhale. Exhale, chaturanga push-up, elbows back. Inhale, push up to your plank, so good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to feet. Take it nice and slow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Really reach out and up through your fingertips. Exhale, hands through heart center. Just one more, really warming things up here. Follow your breath as you inhale, arms up. Exhale to dive. Follow your breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, hands walk out to plank. Take your exhale to find that strong pose. Inhale here, shift your weight slightly forward. Exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway down. Hold it, hold it, hold it, breathe in. Exhale all the way to your belly, release. Beautifully done. From your belly, bring your hands wider than your mat, fingertips to the floor, elbows to the sky. Push your pelvis down and lengthen your tailbone towards your heels. Feel that same core connection we've been cultivating this entire time. With your next inhale, reach your heart forward and up, little baby cobra. As you exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, lift your chest, elbows, shoulders draw back. Exhale to lower. Few more. Inhale, bring yourself up. Exhale, float your chest down. As you keep going here, notice if you start to feel any strain or crunchiness in your low back. Think more about activating through your lower body. So hugging into your navel, a little squeeze at your lower glutes, really pushing down through the tops of your feet. Last one here as you inhale to lift your chest. Exhale to lower. Awesome. Bring your hands in, roll yourself onto your right side. So we're going to line up our spine with the long edge of the mat. And then you can either bring your right hand under your head like a little calendar pose, or you can lengthen your arm out and rest your head down. Knees will be bent and slightly in front of you. Feet together, heels in line with your tailbone. Take a moment here as you lay on your side. Notice if your left hip is hugging towards your left shoulder, and gently lengthen your left hip away, looking for a little bit more integrity there through the torso. Now from here, left hand is your stabilizer, just resting in front of you on the mat. Heels stay together. As you inhale, open your left knee towards the sky, and exhale, close the knees down. Again, inhale to open, exhale to close. Does not have to be a big movement for you to really start to feel this in your outer hip, outer glute. So no need to rush this, no need to move into the deepest version of this that you possibly can. Just take your time, ease into it, and maybe you'll choose to build onto this over time. So if you do want that option to add a bit more intensity, your thighs are going to stay grounded, your feet are going to lift, and we're continuing with that motion, opening the top knee up and then closing it back down. Your heels are kissing the entire time. Make sure they do not separate. And really breathe into the sensation for your outer left hip, building some strength and stability there. Lovely. We're just here for another 4. Make sure you're still breathing with this for 3. We've got 2 more. And last one to open and close. Good. If your feet are lifted, gently bring them back to your mat. Still working with that top leg. Let's lift it to hover over the bottom leg. And then rotate your hip in so you can tap your left knee towards the floor. Maybe it touches, maybe not. And then we're going to kick that left leg back to a diagonal. So again, we're bending the knee, turning the hip in so we can tap the knee down. And then opening your hip as you lengthen your left leg back. Bend and tap, lengthen and kick back. Beautiful. As always, take this at your own pace. If you want more intensity, speed it up. If you want less, slow it down. Just focus on control and keeping your core strong to stabilize you. We want to make sure we're not wobbling back and forth here, but we're staying nice and steady, resting on the right hip. Beautiful. Bending that knee in, reaching the leg long. We're here for another 4. You've got this. Another 3. Keep it going for 2. On this last one, lengthen your leg out. Hold it there. Make some little baby circles. Good for 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch directions. Keep reaching to that back diagonal for 4, 3, 2, 1. Rebend your knee, bring it in, and then relax your left knee down. I hope you're feeling that. I certainly am. When you're ready, we're going to roll back onto our stomachs. Awesome. Let's start with the arms reaching back this time, palms face down. Anchor through your pelvis, lift up through your navel. Take your inhale to lift your head, your chest, just as we did before. Palms stay rooted down. Start to lift your thighs, your feet off the mat. Good. Pelvis is your anchor point as you lengthen and lift, feeling that strength through your back body for another inhale. And exhale, release. Take it slow. Amazing. Hands come to either side of your chest. We're going to bend the right knee, bring it straight out to your side. And then that left arm is going to come in front of you as kind of a support, a nice little kickstand. As you lift your torso up and wiggle that left leg closer to the left edge of your mat. Beautiful. Once you're there, bring yourself down onto your left hand. Find that calendar pose. That right arm is going to sweep up and back. As you reach your right arm back, bend your left knee, curl your heel to your glute. Maybe you stay right here, perhaps using a strap to close the distance. Maybe your hand and your foot meet. Finding our cattail stretch here. Just gently hugging your heel in to lengthen through the top of your left thigh. Lovely. We're here for another full breath in and slow breath out. Gently, gently release your left foot. Right hand and left foot come back to the mat. And from here, you're just going to continue to roll onto your left side until we find ourselves ready for that leg series on the other side. I'm just going to turn to face you. Just as before, we're lining up our spine with that long edge of the mat. Knees are bent and slightly in front of you. So your knees are at a diagonal. Your feet are just about in line with your booty. Calendar pose or rest your head all the way down, up to you, whatever feels best for your neck. Find that length through your top side of your waist here and hug your belly button in. When you're ready for those clamshells, heels stay together. Let your top knee open up and drop it back down. Opening up and dropping down. Beautiful. Just as we've done through all our other movements here, we're controlling that descent. So we're not just letting the legs flop closed, but we're really drawing that right knee down to meet the left as if they're magnetized together. There's a little bit of resistance there. Just like on the other side, if you'd like to add a layer, you can lift your feet up off the mat and take that lift and lower with your feet hovering. Totally up to you. Notice what feels best for this side of your body. Does not have to be the same option you chose on the other side. This right hip might be feeling completely different, so feel into what's best for you. Make sure you're still breathing here as we move. We're almost done with these clamshells. Again, really feeling into this right outer hip, into the outer glute. Feels good. We're here for another 4, another 3. You got this, just 2 more. And last one, bring your knees back together, feet to the mat. Bring your top leg to hover. And then let's turn the right hip down. Bring your knee to tap in front of your left thigh. And then kick and lengthen to that back diagonal. Rebend your knee, turn your hip down as you tap your knee. Open your hip up as you lengthen to that diagonal. Keep that going here. You know what to do. If you want more intensity, speed it up. If you want less, focus on that control. No matter where you are, notice if you start to wobble at all, if you start to feel unstable on your left side, then just slow down the movement and let's focus on really engaging those muscles of the core to keep you centered. Doesn't matter if you get your leg completely long, doesn't matter how far or how high you kick back. Just really looking for that stability. Good, just a few more here. Knee taps down, leg kicks back. Starting to get the booty a little bit more involved here. Keep this going for another 4. Another 3. Still breathing for 2. On this last one, keep your leg long. Maybe lift your foot a little higher. Little circles, really teeny tiny. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch directions with those circles. Keep it small and strong for 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Relax your leg down, rebending your knee, and then roll yourself onto your belly. Arms reach back. Pelvis presses down. When you feel ready, take an inhale to lift your head, your chest. Maybe your legs join the party. Last piece of the puzzle, if you want it, arms rise as well. Coming into our full locust pose. Thinking about length through your body from head to toe as you lift. All this strength in the muscles of your back. Let's take another inhale here. Exhale, slowly, gently release down. Really nice. When you're ready, we're going to get ready for our cattail stretch. So left knee will bend out to your side, almost like a half frog pose. And then let's wiggle that right leg as far to the right side of the mat as we can. Calendar pose with your right hand as your left arm sweeps back. And then curl that right heel in towards your glute, maybe catching onto your foot to find that stretch. So thinking about staying heavy through your pelvis, pressing your hips down, so you really get that stretch through the top of your right thigh. Smooth, steady breaths here, in and out. Let's take one more inhale here. Use your exhale to slowly release. Rolling onto your stomach one last time. Hands to either side of your chest, elbows tight by your sides. Take your inhale to press up through hands and knees. And then open your knees nice and wide. Bring your big toes together. And sit your hips all the way back towards your heels. Does not matter how close your hips get to your heels, just feeling that heaviness through the booty, through your chest as you melt towards the mat. Taking a few slow, even breaths here to release that hugging of navel to spine. And let your breath move through your entire torso now. Big expansive inhales into your belly, your ribs, your back body. Using those exhalations to release and relax. Beautiful. You've done such great work today. I hope your body is feeling stronger. You might be feeling a little bit of heat or tingling still in your body from everything we've done. In your child's pose, please take another inhale and exhale. Inhale to slowly rise, hands and knees. Sit your hips to one side, bring your legs around in front of you, and let's meet in a seated position. Awesome stuff. Both legs will stretch out long for a moment as you shake it out. And then we'll keep the right leg long, bend your left knee towards your chest. Cross that left foot to the outer edge of your right thigh as you sit up nice and tall on your sits bones. Take an inhale here. Exhale for your twist, turning your chest towards the left, spreading your collarbones wide. Full breath in. Slow breath out. Once more, we inhale here. And use your exhale to unwind, bringing your chest back through center. Now, if it feels okay for that right knee, you can bend and draw that heel in towards your booty. If that's feeling too crunchy, keep your leg extended, no problemo. That left foot is going to keep walking towards the right side of your mat until you stack your thighs in our Gomukhasana cow-facing legs. So again, if this is feeling crunchy for your body, that bottom leg can stay straight. If that's still feeling crunchy, ankle to thigh rather than trying to stack the thighs. No matter where you are, same stretch, just different versions. Keeping the tailbone nice and heavy. Let's lift up tall through the spine. Take a big breath in here. As you breathe out, start to fold forward any amount. Feeling that stretch into your outer left hip. Keeping your pelvis heavy so that we can get as much out of this stretch as possible. We're just here for 2 more rounds of breath. Hopefully this feels really nice after those clamshells we did. Now with your next inhale, slowly rise, lifting tall through your spine. Hands behind you as you rock back and unwind your legs. Bring your feet nice and wide and windshield wiper your knees side to side a couple of times. Just a really nice release through your hips, your low back before we come to the other side. All right, when you're ready, let's switch. So that left leg is long, right knee bent, planting that right foot to the outer edge of your left thigh. Sit up nice and tall, so maybe pull that booty flesh out of the way so you can sit up on those sits bones. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, twist, turning your chest towards the right. Right fingertips reach back behind you, helping you to stretch across your chest as you rotate through your spine. Finding those slow, smooth, steady breaths here once again. Each breath helping you to find a little bit more space as we balance out all the strength that we just did. Next exhalation brings you back through center. Let's set up for our Gomukhasana legs. So again, option for that bottom leg to stay straight or bring it in, curling your heel towards your booty. Walking your right foot nice and wide until your thighs begin to stack. Keep your hips heavy as best you can, rooting through your sits bones, maybe sitting up on a blanket to help you get that grounding. And then lifting up nice and tall, take an inhale. Use your exhale to fold forward, lengthening your chest over your thighs. Only folding to that point where you feel the stretch in your outer hip without any pain or complaints coming from your knees, your hips, your low back. Find that spot of sensation and let your breath take you deeper. We're here for one more breath in. And breath out. Inhale brings you up to a nice tall seat. Unwind your legs. If you'd like, take a few more of those windshield wipers. And eventually we'll all meet in Sukhasana, easy seat. Sitting up nice and tall once more here together. Let's let the eyes close. Let the palms meet in front of your heart. And take a moment as you seal your practice today to express some gratitude, thanking yourself for showing up to your mat, for taking this time to connect with your body. And I thank you so much for meeting me on the mat. Until we meet here again, be well.